down a little bit. Hi everybody, welcome to the stream today. Hope you are all doing well so far. Just gonna let everybody know I'm live now. Oh, yeah, hold on. There we go. There we go. Okay, and we are going to pin a thing on here just to show you, because obviously tonight. Oh, can't pin it apparently, so I've got to repost it, then pin it. Fair enough. Looks like Twitch is being a bit of a hoo-ha about it right now. There, unable to pin. Something's went wrong. Might have to refresh it. You watch. Hey, there we go. Right, now it's pinned. Awesome. I think it is. There we go. Awesome. And manually, there we go. Awesome. Anyways, guys, I will be at Animeconuk UK from the 15th to 16th of June. I'm not just having a table there. I will be doing a panel, which leads to what my stream is going to be about tonight. So I'm going to be doing some notes for the panel, so what I'm going to say there and fun stuff like that. I'm also going to keep a bottom notes for any case any of you want to make a suggestion for guests and all that fun stuff. So then I can forward it to Animecon and all that fun stuff. Now, remember, we're obviously looking for not just big names, but little names as well. People that might want to try and get out there, maybe even lend their advice for those who are upcoming mangakas themselves, to how to self-publish as well, or maybe get published, you know? So, yeah, that's going to be awesome. Seriously, guys, I am really looking forward to this. I've done a video yesterday asking you guys if you want to check out all, like, my TikTok, YouTube, my other socials, check them out. There's a short of me asking you guys, like, who do you want to see there, and the video is going to be released on Friday as well to talk about it as well. Yeah, which is absolutely awesome. Anyways, guys, if you wish to support me, there are two ways. You can sub on my Twitch channel at Vamp the Lost Soul, or donate on my coffee at Vamp the Lost Soul, which is fun. Remember, on Ko-fi you can also get my manga series there, and even commission me, which is all funsies, which is fun, which is cool. I'm very happy to say that, which is cool. Yeah, also, just remember I'm on all other social medias: TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, LinkedIn now, everything all under Vamp the Lost Soul. So if you do want to give me a follow on all those socials, all my links are one link down below on my about, or you know, or even on my other things as well, so which is awesome. So yeah. But yeah, also 4-leaf clovers. Right, I believe there might not be a game this Monday either, because one of our players has got a family member's birthday and they cannot avoid it, so they have to sort of do that. And also, if you go on Teespring and Vamp the Lost Soul, there's Vamp the Lost Soul merch, 4-leaf clover merch, and T-Cop merch all in one lovely little place. I just want to get some thank yous out of the way before we start the stream tonight. Hyperspectrum, thank you for the 2 bits recently. One in 3 days ago, one's today. Thank you, Perkily Lambert and Sweetie Snake for the raid with 4 watches, which is absolutely awesome when you came by. Thank you for that again. You were all awesome. Anyways, let's get on with the stream, shall we? So, yeah. So today, obviously, we are on a just chatting mood today. We might do some art if we finish this early. But what we're doing here is going through notes of what I'm going to say at the panel. So you guys might have a little sneak peek. Obviously, I will explain some of the bits of what I mean by what I say. But obviously, a lot of it is about just basically, like, you get to see what I will talk about, what advice I give. And plus, this gives you a chance, guys, to feed me back live of what you want to see at that panel as well. And guests. So before we do the whole numbered thing, actually get rid of that for now. So obviously I'm going to put an intro here, what I'm going to say here. Also, I'm going to put guest suggestions. So if you have got any suggestions for guests, if they have an Instagram, if they have proof they did their own manga series and all that fun stuff, just drop a comment. We want big names, we want little names, we want a mixed pot. We want a mixed pot of self-published and published authors to come on stage with us to literally talk about how to self-publish your manga, how to get your ideas started, and up to the very point that you need to publish. Like this is kind of a really important one, and I want you guys to sort of be on board with me. My cat's clawing at the floor right now, and I'm like, no, bad kitty. Go up on your perch. Go say hello to everybody on the Loki cam. Okay, so intro, we're gonna say something like hi everyone, and then hi everyone, this is, so basically I'm gonna say this is a panel about how to be a self. Now, if I do have any spelling mistakes, please let me know in advance. I know I'm dyslexic as hell, so feel free to correct me. Like, seriously, I am dyslexic. Just correct me as you go. It's up on manga. I'm James W. Raven, aka VTuber, known as Vamp the Lost Soul. Yeah, so no, I think that'd be overcomplicating it. So I think we'll just say, hey, I'm James Rover. I am a self published author and a VTuber. There we go. both with the same name, Vamp the Lost Soul. So yeah, I think that's a good intro for myself. And then put introduce others. So yeah, introduce others. So we know then it's my way of going, right, we're going to introduce others. So this is kind of like the first bit, and the second bit will be more like a script for me to follow, and then I can practice it, and then obviously I want to sound as natural as possible, because obviously, you know, so do you know what, maybe yeah, hi everybody, this is a panel about how to be a self-published mangaka. I'm James Raven. So today we'll be talking about and giving advice about how to start with an idea. And so today we'll be talking about how to start with an idea, or start from. So we'll be talking about how to start from beginning with an idea and then realize it into a physical or digital manga. Because remember, I want to try and get, like, you know, because in case they can't afford to self-print, we want to give people other avenues as well of doing it. So the physical copies for your future fans to read. Yeah, there we go. So I think that's good. And then obviously, like, so we do that, and then we're gonna put like bullet point, which this will be now getting into the conversation and doing it into parts. If you want to ask any questions about it, or maybe you want to ask questions about being self-published manga that you think I should put into the panel, let us know. If you've got a guest suggestion, let me know, because I am going to follow this with Animeconuk UK, and hopefully if we do have other people watching this, yeah, this will be fantastic. So let's read this intro again. Hi everybody, the panel is about how to be a self-published manga. I am James W. Raven. I am a self-published author and a VTuber, both with the same name, Vamp the Lost Soul, and then introduce others. Today we'll be talking about from how to start with just an idea. Yeah, I think how to start with just an idea. I think, yeah, this is why I like to read things out to myself, because I go, hold on, that's with just an idea, and then realize it into a physical or digital copies for your future fans to read. We will cover we will cover our processes and how each of us come up with ideas, etc. Then we will cover the self-publishing side of it, from start to finish. Yeah, I think that's a better way of putting it, because then I'm saying, like, yeah, we're going to cover this. If you want to ask any questions, if you do have any questions, if you have any questions, jot them down, ask them at the end. Yeah, because then it will save a lot of interruptions and we can actually sort of get on with the panel. And I'm gonna title each one, it's start with an idea. Now this one is not going to be as scripted. This is going to be more to do with just to discuss. These points now are going to be more like discussion points. Come up with our ideas and art style, and talk about our experiences with them. Then let the audience know, because the thing is, at the end of this part, I want to say, do what works for you. Because when you are the writer or when you are the artist, when you are self-published, the biggest pro in this is you have a lot of control over your own stuff. And it's literally at the end is trusting your own process. No, everyone has their own process with writing and art. And it is a good thing to experiment what writing and art style works for you. So this is something I will be giving out to any other guests. So this is actually not just for my reference, this is for their reference. So we talk about how we come up with ideas and art styles, and then we'll talk about our experiences with to let everyone know everyone has their own process with writing and art side of things. And it is a good thing to experiment and experiment with what writing and art style works for you. So yeah, so at the end of the day, the whole point of talking about our processes is to show everyone every individual artist will have their own process. They might be similar, they might be the same, but everyone has their own way of writing a story, whether it's writing down a script, doing it all from their head, or you know, like I want to try and get a variety in. Two. If you're gonna do it, write the story. Now this is something I do want to this is something I do want to stress out when I'm doing this. So like when I put, what I mean is, hold on, let me just change that. There we go. There you go. Hiya, James. It might be a good idea to open with that statement. As a preference, a panel will talk about the experience of authors that has worked for us. By no means it not a be all end all getting published worked out. Your process will be different, but in a way it works better for you. Yeah, in a way, yeah. This is what I was going to do as number 2, with the creative process. But when you are self-publishing, there is advice I will give, and there are advices where I went wrong. So when it comes to self-publication, it's a different beast. Like when you do your own books, and this is something I have to stress out with people. When you do your own books, yeah, it's your own process. It's no ifs or buts. Everyone has their own process, end of story. But when you self-publish, there is a lot of things people need to be aware of. And a lot of pitfalls that I have personally done myself, and we'll get to that. But yeah, there have been pitfalls where I've fallen. But yeah, I might have to Joe, what? I'm going to take that from you, JP. That actually is helpful. Thank you very much, by the way. The art styles process of writing of the side of things. I am going to put this. I am actually going to put this at the end of number 1, because that is all part of number 1. Hold on, edit, paste. It's not. Why is it not letting me do that? Hold on, copy. Is it because of the? Oh, I think I know why. Hold on, let me put. Hold on, edit, paste. Yeah, I see what's going on here. I'm actually going to use your quote here. I just want to see, how do I change the color? Wait, let me change the color of the text. Oops, I think I done fucked up, guys. Yeah, look, if I highlight it, black. Yeah, so I'm going to do that. JP, thank you for that. That's actually super helpful. I'm actually going to put that. But I am actually going to let's de-highlight that, because that looks really messy. I want to change the text color, so no fill. But yeah, but that is a good note to have. Glad it helped. Yeah, so helps. Whoops. Yeah, no, this helps, because that's what I was trying to say. But yeah, this is like, start with an idea, and that at the end of it will teach them. At the end of this part would say, okay, but remember, guys, everyone creative processes are different. Like, there's no if or buts. That it's going to be different. How I write things is maybe how you're not preferred to write, because you might prefer to write a different genre, or you might have a different way because of your LDs or mental state. It kind of helps you more with this. Like, I have things in my head, and when I write them down, it's a mess. So it's better that it's up in my head, and I just jot down bullet points. That's what helps me write my scripts. Someone could write a detailed script. Everyone's processes are different, and no one's processes are better or worse than the other, because everyone has a strategy that works for them. And trust me, I've seen some oddball strategies in my time. So, as I said, okay, so if you're going to do it, write the story you want. Now, this part we'll talk about, and this is something, is very important advice. We'll talk about if you're just doing this. doing this not if you're just doing this for if you're doing this just for money or fame, don't bother. Like I know it sounds really horrible, but if you're doing this to not write a story you're passionate about and you're doing this to just make money or fame, don't bother, because people can tell straight off the bat when a story is there's no passion in it. Like there is a point where people will see that for what it is. I'm just going to move this across a little bit because I've just noticed you guys can't actually see like some of the parts of that. And it's like I say, it is a bit of harsh advice, but it is a well-warranted advice. It's advice that I would give to any creative person, honestly, because at the end of the day, if I do it like that, there you go, then you can see it better. And I've got the Loki cat in there. I just realized, doesn't matter where I put it, it's not gonna look great, ain't it? But yeah, it is essentially you just do what works for you, because people can tell when there is no passion in your project. When you write write a story or draw it up, you must be passionate about the story you wanna tell. And this is something we will talk about. It's something I think, because a lot of people, and this is something I have noticed with a lot of people who just want to get in this for the fame. I want to do this because I want to become famous, like Kira Koriyama. They're not actually telling the story they want to tell. They're just doing they're telling the story that they think everyone would like. And the problem is, if you're not passionate about the story you're telling, people are going to tell. People are just going to be, they're just going to be turned off like that. Like, click of the finger. They just read it and that's it. They'll probably have a book and that'll be it. Your book will be somewhere on the shelf. And it is sad when that happens. I'm doing a panel for Animeconuk manga, etc., about how to be a self-published mangaka. And I've said to people, manga, you might want to hear this. So if you do have a suggestion for a guest, it can be self-published, published, or whatever. We want a mixed bag. We want big names, little names on the panel and stuff like that. Animeconuk has actually given me this panel, and if people are watching this right now, suggest it, because I am actually going to put guest suggestion list here and put under what they're working on and if they've got any socials or emails that they can contact with. So but yeah, this is me writing down how to basically what we're going to talk about being a self-published manga and the do's and don'ts and all that fun stuff. But yeah, and I put for number 2, if you're going to do it, write the story you want. This is the part where we talk about if you're just doing this for money or fame, don't bother. Because people can tell when there's no passion in your project. When you write a story or draw it up, you must be passionate about the story you want to tell. And this is like I said, this is so Animeconuk UK in Birmingham have thanked me for advertising the crap out of them, and they've given me a panel to do about how to be a self-published manga. So this is a panel about giving advice from start to finish how to be a self-published mangaka or a published one. And I've said to people, and on my videos, if you want certain guests on there, I'll suggest them. I can't guarantee them, but I'll give them to Animeconuk and see what they can do. So I'm going to put, if you want to put any suggestions, like anyone who's self-published, maybe even published, big, small, tiny, we want a real mixed bag of self-published and published authors to be on this panel so we can actually sort of talk and discuss together how to be a self-published mangaka or be a published mangaka. But yeah, so what do you think separates a story that doesn't do well because the author isn't passionate and a story that doesn't do well because the author's lack of skill in writing drawing? Right, so this is something that's this is something with mangakas is if they don't have the writing or the art skills, you could tell there's potential, you could tell there's passion there. It's very hard to pin it down. It's like watching a bad B movie when you know the movie's bad, you know the writing's a bit corny because they don't have the skill sets to do it, but it's good because there's passion in there, but it's funny at the same time. It's sort of like, I would say for writing, sorry for long messages, just thinking of questions I would ask in response to this topic. Yeah, no, it's actually good questions, and these are questions I could come up with answers for. But yeah, it's like I say, when you see a bad B horror movie, because I don't like horror, but even I like a good B horror movie, you could tell there's passion in it, but they just didn't have quite the skill, and you could tell there's a potential. I know Birmingham will be suffering enough just for just you. Shit. But yeah, you can tell like it's, and you want to give that person a chance. When you've got something that's like a cash cow, like they would normally, and this is not me being horrible, the passionate mangas and stuff like that will always copy and paste the same story beats as a very like big version of what they're doing. So say for example, again, Teru Koyama, say someone wanted to do a Dragon Ball style manga to just make money and you don't have the passion and soul, they would just follow the beats, same beats as Dragon Ball, but they would just put new characters in it or just change the story a little bit, or you know, hire a writer that probably wouldn't care about this, just to you can generally tell it gives you a story can give you a certain vibe. It's the same with movies, like when like I don't know, let's talk about what film had a trilogy, and let's talk about Star Wars. All right, let's look at Star Wars. The first trilogy, brilliant. Second trilogy, it was all right, but you can tell it was a bit of a cash cow. But the last three, yes, there was passion, but you can tell it was just Disney trying to churn out more Star Wars for the sake of churning out more Star Wars to make a profit. They weren't trying to tell a story with the new trilogy. That's my opinion. And that's why like you had a lot of infighting with the writers and stuff like that, because obviously a different director took over and stuff like that. Like Disney didn't care about what story one director wanted to tell. They just wanted to get it done and thrown it out there. And I think that's the last thing. Yeah, manga gets. I think manga's getting what I'm trying to say here is, and it's a shame because the first of the trilogy, the new trilogy, actually had potential. I think they were going to try and go with like Rey Jedi storyline and all that, and then obviously because they switched directors and there was a lot of infighting, and Disney just went, look, I just want a movie. You know, they didn't do it when it's done. When it's done, and that's one of the big pros of being self-published. You don't need to set yourself a deadline. You get it done when it's done, because it means you got your own time limit. And yeah, I know people say, well, you need to be trendy these days and stuff like that. But actually, I think the advantage with it is when you tell your fans it's done when it's done, they know you're done your best. They know you put your best foot forward as much as you can. And people are willing to support you more and wait for you more if you're doing that. Obviously, you don't want to take the piss either. Yeah, I agree, manga. Though, like, it's a shame really because you have got good stories in Star Wars. With Star Wars series, like Ahsoka, like the first few episodes were brilliant. Mandalorian's fucking brilliant. Bad Batch, the animated Bad Batch series is actually really fucking good. This is what I mean, and I can understand why. The recent trilogy would put off a lot of Star Wars fans of watching Star Wars ever again. It's sad, but I get it. And the shame is there are some good passionate storytellers in there, because like again, Bad Batch was a really good it's a good Star Wars story, and and Rebels and stuff like that. Like there are a lot of side medias. Mandalorian is another good one. But it's like I say, I'm just using examples, and yes, I know it's not anime, but you know, it's giving you guys examples, because I know a lot of people who like anime are very big into pop culture anyway, so they'll get the references I'm making. But yeah, but thank you for that question, JP dude. Like, obviously, but hopefully that did answer my question. And I think other people will say the same thing. But yeah, but anyway, so yeah, so what I'm saying here is, sorry, I need to read this again. So this part we'll talk about, if people are just doing this for money or fame, don't bother, because people can tell when there is no passion in your project. When you write a story, you can just draw it up and be passionate story you want to tell. It is on the 15th and the 16th of June. The date is above my head. I like put it out with my avatar. I was like, there you go, is that there? But yeah, it's but yeah, just tell the story you want to tell. And yeah, fans aren't going to be disagreeing with you at times, especially if you're self-published, because you don't have an editor to tell you, oh, that might cause controversy, or fans won't like that, or whatever. But I think it is better to tell your own story, because sometimes companies can get in the way of that. And there's been a lot of movies and media where you can tell the company got in the way. Taito Kibo, for example, I think Burn the Witch is the Bleach story he wanted to tell, apparently. I think there was an interview, and if I remember it correctly, if I'm wrong, please correct me. He did turn around and said something about the editors got in his way a lot when it came to Bleach. So he basically Burn the Witch is his Bleach story, basically, that he wanted to tell. That's what I've heard in the grapevine, and I've heard a few fans say that as well. So there must be some rhyme or reason why they're saying that. But at the same time, editors, if you've got a great editor with you, they could be actually a fundamentally great writing partner. You just need to find the right editor for you. That's the problem. And if a company provides you with one, you don't know who you're going to get. So if you're going to go on the published route, I would recommend probably maybe having an editor with you, and have someone you know who can vibe on the same wavelength as you, before you jump into it. Like, I don't have an editor myself, but like I say, I think for those who might need one, definitely do that. If they try to provide you one, just say, look, I've got one already, because that will make them happy. But yeah, tell the story that you want to tell. So that's something I do advise. Once you got your story together, try doing it. And this is something I will advise as well, as a one shot. Now, some of you may not need to do this, but I would advise a lot of people to do this, because this will get you into I'll say about 30 pages long, because a lot of mangas does this as well. One shots are a good way for you to practice doing pages. Now, I did comics a long time ago as well, and I did a lot of fuck ups with master changes. I said that in a podcast interview when I was little. So I kind of got into the habit of it early. So once I hit the ground with VGS, I just went running, and that was it. Some of us don't need to, but there is not all of you need to, but it is great advice to take. There we go. And then say we probably talk about our favorite characters in our story, favorite characters and moments in our stories. I think it'd be nice to kind of like lighten the mood a bit. So from our stories, because I do have my favorite moments, and I do have my because right now I'm having a really favorite moment on volume 6 that I'm doing right now, and I'm so excited for that one. I'm always excited for every volume, but at the moment I think volume 6 is in a way one of my better ones. I think before 6 I should say, I think one of my favorite ones is Nikea's and MK2's fight. Admittedly, that's one of my favorite moments, I have to admit. Only because like Nikea finally got a punch in. Still didn't win though. But and then obviously yeah, so and there's another bit as well what happened towards the end. So yeah, I've talked about favorite moments from my stories. Right, 3. Once you got your one okay, what what you need after finishing one volume / one shot. So this is so this is about actually sort of like what stuff might you need, what you need after finishing your one shot, one shot / volume. So what, depending what you're doing with volume or yeah, after. Thank you. I did say if you want to correct me, please let me know. I'm gonna put insert because I don't know why that was doing that. AFTER. What do you need after finishing your one shot and volume? Now this is the part where logistically you're probably gonna need some shit. All right, guys. Like I say, if you want to insert like question, anything you think I should say in the panel and that, let me know in each section. So, so obviously this is where our journeys are going to converge a lot similarly. This is when we'll be talking about before you self-publish online or physically. What do you need? Now, this is very important because there's a lot of stuff here that people are going to not be aware of, and what pitfalls you're going to fall in if you do not do your research on this. What you need from ISBN numbers now to copyright advice. Now, there's only one copyright advice that is tried and true. Look it up on your local government website, and I cannot stress this out enough. And copyright protection. Looking up your local gov website, websites for laws. This is important because a lot of people, you go online and one or two things will happen if you look things up online or YouTube videos. One, the information will be outdated. Two, there'll be misinformation because either it's not in your country or the laws are not, like, basically they're made up and a mate of them told us this and it's like a rabbit hole. This is most important advice. And before you even publish any volume, even on your like 100th one, always look it up because laws can update over time. So look this up. Yeah, from IBSS numbers to copyright protection. Yeah. And then this slide. I'm gonna just take that number 4 out because we do not need that number 4. It's also important to get your work proofread by a friend, or family who can spell really well, or if you, I'm going to say, if you have the money, hire one. It is better to hire one, but if not, hire one, but they can be expensive. Actually, I'll just say hire one, and we'll probably talk about that. So, but yeah, it's that's also important. Proofreaders. This is all the logistic stuff, and yes, it's going to be boring, but this is actually super important advice. Like, this is actually the most important advice I can give in these sorts of panels, because proofreading can actually help, because it serves 2 purposes. One, they can spot inconsistency in your stories if they read it enough properly. Number 2, they'll correct any bad spellings, and trust me. But yeah. Yeah. There you go. Oh, I know. Also, it's important. This will be the part, yeah, because that towards the end, I've just thought so in my head. Important to let them know it's better to be 80% perfect at the time. 80% perfect at the time, and get the project finish than never finish at all. And there's a reason why I'm going to give this advice. And I think Manga knows why I'm going to give this advice, because this is super important. Because if you are going to be a self-published mangaka, this is important advice. Don't worry, because there is no such thing as a perfect art or manga, just growth, just learning and growing from past mistakes. This is to teach people it's okay to make mistakes, because this is something I think a lot of people do to themselves. They put pressure on themselves to be the perfect mangaka, to be the perfect artist, to be the perfect writer. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as perfection. Every artist, every writer in the history of man has its flaws, and you're not going to please everybody. There's not going to be the super perfect story that everybody loves, right? There are going to be people that hate Dragon Ball. There's going to be people who love Dragon Ball. There's going to be people who love Dragon Ball but think there's some mistakes in there. Like, this is something. Art in all forms is subjective. And this is true. All art is subjective and subjective. I will look it up afterwards, but yeah. Art in all forms is subjective, and this is true. All art is subjective, and as long as you are willing to learn and move on and grow, then you've already won. So that clocked into my head, and that is the most important advice in number 2 we can give, is this and this. These are the 2 biggest advice if you're doing your story. Yeah. Just learning, growing. But yeah, but this is very hardcore. Yes, this is the thing. Great. What do you need after you finish? So yeah, this is where we talk about IBSN numbers, looking up local laws and stuff like that. It's also important to get your work proofread and family if you want to hire one. So I'm trying to think of every important thing that you're going to need before self-publishing or getting published. Okay. So we got that. Oh, yes. Come up with your own cover ideas. This will make cover idea. Come up with your own cover. This will sell your works. And this is true. So make sure. But yeah, Ichiro Koyama wrote Dragon Ball as he went along. Early DBZ does a soft retcon some things. Samples in Dragon Ball, Piccolo is a demon. No, oh yeah, I know that one. Yeah, because I got confused when I went to Dragon Ball Z. Went, hold on, Piccolo was a demon. Now he's an alien. But yeah, I get you. But yeah, and it also something, and this is something, and this is not. He had almost the same story as the guy in My Hero Academia. He had flop after flop with his stories. There's only like a couple successes he had here and there, but nothing as big as Dragon Ball. And also, this is the funniest part of Ichiro Koyama. I think we talked about this last stream. Is what he got into at the time kind of leaked into his manga. So if he, for example, sci-fi, he got into sci-fi. That was the first arc of Dragon Ball, is to set up the sci-fi side of things. Alien, one of Frieza's forms. Yeah, and obviously Terminator, the whole Cell arc thing, was inspired by Terminator, apparently, which is actually kind of cool. And when you think about it, it's like, actually, I can see that. Yeah, Terry Koyama was obviously very much into his Western pop culture. And when you think about the storylines of Dragon Ball, if you look at what was around at the time, yeah, he basically he got inspired by whatever popular media came out at the time, which I think is very fucking cool. I like the idea of that. I think that is like one of the most coolest thing about Ichiro Koyama, because I didn't notice that until someone pointed it out, and then when I look back at what I've watched, I'm like, oh yeah, now when I think about it, and it's the same with the martial art. Like, he was very into martial art films at the time when he did Dragon Ball, and then sci-fi was Dragon Ball Z, and then Alien with Frieza, and then Terminator. But yeah, I want to know where you got Beerus from. Like, that would be interesting. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool, actually. I've got a weird feeling Whis was Avatar. blue angel guy, blue people. Coincidence? I think not. But yeah, but I thought that was pretty cool. And the thing is you got to have fun. So yeah, come up with your own cover. This will sell your works. So make sure you are happy with it before going into publishing / self-publishing. There you go. So yeah, come up with your own cover. This will sell your work. So make sure you are happy with it before going into publish / self-publishing. Again, does not need to be perfect. I'm going to put this in cap. Does not need to be perfect. But will amaze your readers. Amaze your target. And I'm going to put target readers. But yeah. But yeah, because that's important. You need to sell your works through your cover. So make sure, do your research, essentially. But yeah, we'll be talking about that. So I'm talking about what we need. Need an IBSN number for copyright protection. Look it up, local gov laws. This is important to get your work. So this is like reading your works. Trying to think what else. So IBSN number. But yeah, copyright protection, that will cover like what puts inside of your book, because obviously a lot of legal stuff is inside your book. I put my legal stuff in there. But yeah. Also, no, lovely. All right, love you loads. Right. Also, it's important to get your works proofread by a family member, or by friend or family who can spell really well, or if you have money, hire one. Come up with your own cover to sell your works, blah blah blah. Have a good synopsis at the back of your manga to sell your work. Because also back covers are how cute. What's cute about that? What's cute? I don't get it. I know I probably spelled synopsis wrong, if that's what you meant. Yeah, because it's true. You need a good synopsis. Love you loads. Well, yeah, it's my wife. I love my wife loads. She's my waifu for life. Anyways, but now I think that's everything I could come up with, because I'm looking at my books, actually, like literally looking at them. Yeah. Hold on. This is come up with your own cover, and I'm gonna put in front, because front, side, and back, because you'll be surprised how many mangas I've looked and people do not pay attention to that, and back. So yeah, front, side, and back. There we go. Yeah. Which tells you works. There you go. So awesome. So we've got that. Got the copyright stuff, got the legal stuff in there, stuff like that. Okay, cool. 4. Now, I am experiences. I'm going to put experiences with self-publishing. Now, if we do get a published person in there, it would be great to get one to get their point of view. Self-publish. Self-publishing. Versus being published. Because actually being like there you go. Versus be so we'll put, this is where we will talk about our experiences. Experiences with this part of the process. Process once everything is together. Thing is to get the we will be given advice to self publish with our person. Yeah, thank you very much, Manga, etc. And copy, and then thank you very much. Edit, paste. Like I say, I will. This is not for everyone to see, by the way. This is more for like myself and others to read, so we can like basically understand what we're all doing. So what's this? 15. So we just need to put this to a 15. So yeah. I don't know what's this. Anyways, times. Yeah, let's put this all with Times New Roman. Boom. That's it. Awesome. So yeah, so this is we're gonna save this for now. Awesome. I love the fact actually this is like this is more content because I thought I was gonna go through this quickly, but this is actually kind of fun. So to actually go through this with you guys because it just shows I am doing my bits. So yeah, experience with self-publishing versus being published. With I'm going to use Mixam because Mixam is because they are cheap, good quality, and have awesome customer service. Actually, I need to talk to Animeconuk about getting Mixam in there. Yeah, so here we go. So this is where we talk about our experiences with our parts of the process or everything put together. We'll be given advice. I'm going to use Mixam because it's cheap and good and has an awesome customer service. So I think people should be more aware of this company. Trust me, you will know why because they're just brilliant. I've used them for every volume now since volume 3. And I've republished 1 and 2 with them as well, and fucking brilliant. Hopefully we'll have published authors talk about their experiences, their side of doing things with companies, and we can talk about the pros and cons. Yeah, so again, important advice is, and this is when you're dealing with companies in particular, and even as a self-publisher when you're dealing with, because I've learned this from HMV, get someone who's legally minded. If you can get a friend who can do it for you for free, brilliant. But get a legal guy to look at the contract and tell you if this is a good or bad contract and if they can make them do amendments. Important. If you're gonna do a contract with an company, get a lawyer to look at it and make sure you have a great amount of copyright, and because this is something people need to know. Creative control. Now, this is just about being self-published, but yeah, important. If you're gonna get a contract with a company, get a lawyer. This is important, like, because this is super important. Get a professional to look at that contract and tell them this is a good deal, and make sure if you are going to pay this lawyer to look at this contract and get amendments done, make sure you have a good amount of copyright and creative control. You will need at least 51%, because this is something, not as just power, because the thing is, a lot of people are going down the self-published route lately. Animators, everything, they are going down the self-published route because they know full well they will have full control, full rights, full everything. And if these companies want to take your story on, they have got to now more than ever give you what you want. They don't have to, and you can royalties. It depends how much you do want to give up. It is up to you at the end of the day. Royal. Trying to put royal. Royalty. We'll put royalties as that for now. Royalties and creative control. You need at least 51%. on copyright and creative control, because then at least then you could actually again tell them to shove it and then, you know, go elsewhere or make it on your own. I mean, the guy did Solo Leveling. Look at what he is. He's got his own anime now. He's now a big fucking name. Solo Leveling is so good. I'm not gonna lie. Solo Leveling is absolutely fucking awesome. Because remember, because independent creatives have more power than ever. This is, like I say, yeah, I know this is the boring part, but at the end of the day, these are boring parts you need to know, and fuck ups that I've done you need to know. So yeah, so we'll talk about our experiences. This is the part of the process where everything together will be given about who self-published with. Going to use Mixam because they're cheap, good quality, and have awesome customer service. I hope, yeah, so I hope we'll have published authors to talk about their side of doing things with companies and talk about their pros and cons. Because I think it's good to have pros and cons because then you know what path is best for you. Thank you, Kofi. Important. If you're going to have a contract with a company, make sure you get a lawyer to look at it. Make sure you have a great amount of copyright royalties and creative control. You'll need at least 51% on copyright and creative control. The royalty side is how much you want to give up, but I would recommend at least, I would still say 51 personally, but listen to your lawyer because they'll have better advice than I will, because I haven't done anything with companies when it comes to publishing books. So this is something you need to know. Creative control, because independent creatives have more power than ever. So it is okay to just walk away from a bad deal, because this will send them a lot more message. If we give people this knowledge, because this is the problem here, and this is why the whole Niji Sanji incident on the VTuber side has happened, because people are so desperate to get big, and I get why they do it. They sign with the devil. They sign a contract with the devil to literally get themselves out there. And like I say, I get it, I understand it. However, there is a cost. There is a cost, and that cost, personally for me, is not worth paying. Because all you're doing is putting yourself in a bad situation where you are not going to get out. So this is important advice for any creative medium. I'm going to underline some of these things so people can read what they're doing. But yeah, let's underline them. Because like I say, this is for the people who are wanting to know how to self-publish. So we want to make sure they know what they're getting into. So like I say, Manga Station, if you have any think people might be willing to do this, let me know. But yeah, if you're going to do this, write the story you want, what you do after finishing up, experience it with self-publishing versus being self-published. Last but not least, this is one of the last points we'll raise up, is, and I'm going to title it as getting your works out there. There we go. Now we titled that. Again, I don't like that. Come on. And then put 5 point. There we go. Right. So, we'll be talking about how we get our works out there, trading tips and advice, not just social media, but offline as well. Advice. Advice I will give is make sure your manga is published on both online and physical, and get your works into local stores as soon as possible, and do projects on and offline to example, my manga is ebook on Amazon Kindle and Google Play, where you can get physical copies on and offline. Also be trans. Right, this is something I will absolutely be honest on. I know some people do disagree with me on this, but there's a reason why I'm going to say it. Be transparent with your fans. They can tell if you're lying. And this is something I will. So being transparent with your audience. So if you've done a fuck up in your books, admit it. You're a self-published author. You don't have the financial backing of a company. So you could turn around and go, yeah, look, I fucked up. I'm sorry. Hands down. Like, I made a spelling mistake, or I made an art mistake and stuff like that. Being transparent actually helps building your audience trust. This is something I will group. When anything comes to your manga, just be transparent. If you're going to be late, let them know you're going to be late. If you run out of funding because you raised funds for it, be honest with them and refund if you feel like, and offer a refund. Being transparent with your audience is actually super important. Don't do a big company thing and deny all responsibility, because trust me, people are going to see that and they're going to get pissed off. It's a bloody fact. It's 100% fact. And I've had so many people who got put off with other authors when they're not being transparent, and it's sad really to watch, especially when they're just trying to get themselves out there. But yeah, being transparent, I think, is an absolute must. But yeah, also, when your works are online, be ready. What can I say? Be ready for social media, because social media, we all know social media by now. I've got caught up in shit at times with people, and you just got to ignore them. Ignore them, or if they're trying to be helpful, just engage with them. And engage. Try to engage with your fans. Now, I've been a bit guilty of this, but then again, I do have almost a full-time job, admittedly, but hands down, I need to be more engaged with my fans. The only time I get tired to be engaged with my fans is when I'm off or on holiday, work, as long as I'm not doing anything with the family or stuff like that. But yeah, be engaged with your fans. Also do art streams, just streaming in general, to connect with future fans. There we go. The list can go on. Like, there's 100 ways to get your works out there. Be creative with your ads. There are a lot of free ways to get your works out there. Getting reviews included. And that's important. Get someone to review your works. Manga reviews my works. That actually has helped me out a bit. Even if it's slight help, it helps. Every little review helps. I've had a few reviews on my Goodreads. That's helped. You know, like, the thing is, don't expect to grow overnight. Rome is not built in a day. When you do conventions, make sure you are confident with your potential buyers. This is important as well. When you are at a convention, don't just sit there on your phone. This is something I've noticed. When you're sitting there on your phone and you're literally, I'm going to show you with my avatar. I'm not on my phone. I'm literally holding my phone right now. You just, I don't know, if you're just doing this and just not looking, people aren't going to engage with you. Be engaging. Get people to come to your table. Like, if you see someone not at someone else's table, don't try and pinch people at other people's table, of course. Yeah. Exactly. But this is what I'm saying. It's like I said to people. Don't let reviews influence the plot. Manga Central actually gave some advice. Like, yeah, okay, maybe sometimes a review might give you an idea, but don't let it influence your plot. Actually, good advice, Manga. Very, very, very good advice, actually. Advice I didn't think of, actually. But yeah, like, tell the story you want to tell. And this is the most important part, is tell the story you want to tell. But yeah, but if there's any like slots you want me to put in and stuff like that, tell me. It would be great to kind of like get people sort of on board with this. What's this? So this is a 15. Oh, I see. So this is bulk. Yeah, I've seen what I've done. So bit same here. Yeah, if I just do it like this, because this actually helps. Unbold. Unbold, and then just unbold all this. There we go. Look at that, guys. We've done quite a bit today, actually. This is kind of cool. First off, 15. Second off, unbold. But yeah, I feel like we've got a lot on here today. If, like I say, if you got any suggestions what you want on this panel, let me know. We were talking about blah blah blah. Talk to your fans, blah blah blah. When you do a convention, just be confident with your potential buyers. Get chatty with them. Get them to take a little read of your book. This shows confidence in your work. And this I agree. It shows confidence. In your works. There you go. This I think is a good sales tactic. Get people to come to your table and read your book a little bit before buying. Just make sure they don't read the whole thing. Just get them to read like maybe a couple of chapters and then see if they want to buy it, because this has led to many sales. When I've had people just pick up the book, they just look at the synopsis and they go, yeah. But when they actually read it, that actually leads to a sale. 9 times out of 10, guaranteed. I'm not saying it would work all the time, but it works a lot of the time. And trust me, you will thank me for that advice. Right, most important one. This is the most important one. Love what you do. This is something I'm going to say, because this is, I think, the biggest advice of them all. I can give you all the technical advice, but this is good life advice. Because sometimes things can go wrong. Sometimes your passion falls away for some reason, but you can always go back to it, and that is the most important part of this. Let's doing it again. 6. Love what you do. So love. I might do something really cheesy in the end. It depends if everyone's up for it. Have fun. And this is how we're going to end it, I think. This is the only, I think, scripted part would be really nice. Everyone says, tell your story and have fun. Okay. I'm pretty happy with that. We talk about how important it is to love your works, love doing cons, making new fans. Tell fun and funny stories, like mistakes we made, etc. But it's also important to not burn yourself out and be kind to yourself. Take your time and have fun. Yeah, so there we go. So we put, everyone says, tell your story and have fun. And I think it is the okay. I think we do it. We'll talk about how important it is to love your works. I think we've done everything. Let's review everything. So the intro. Hi everyone, this is a panel about how to be a self-published manga. I am James W. Raymond. I'm a self-published author and a VTuber on both the same name, Vamp the Lost Soul. I know, confusing, right? I might use that line. Introduce others. Today we will be talking about how to start with just an idea and realize it into a physical or digital copies of your future fans to read. We will cover our processes and how we come up with ideas, etc., and then come with the self-publishing from start to finish. If you do have any questions, ask at the end. So I think actually that should be 7. Number 6, however, should be Q, and A. So this will be towards so the love what you do is at the end. Q and A. Then, I think that's good. Q and A. Obviously, the reason why I'm doing this itinerary is then I can keep everyone on track. Because obviously I'm not very good at keeping myself on track, so this will help me keep on track. Okay. Today we will be talking about just the ideas how to realize it. We said all this before. We come up with ideas, etc., and then we'll cover them in self-publishing start to finish. If you have any questions, ask them at the end. Start with an idea. This is where we talk about how we come up with ideas, art styles, to talk about our experiences and let everyone know they have their own process and writing for things. As a preference, this panel will talk about experiences as authors who has worked for us. By no means this is the be all of end all of getting published. Published worked out. You will have different. It will be different, but in all way, what works for you. This will be the part where we talk about if you're just doing this for money or fame, don't bother, because people can tell when there is no passion in your project. When you write a story, you draw it, you must be passionate about the story you want to tell. Once you get your story together by doing a one shot, 30-page long, not all you need is not what you need to do, but it's a great advice to take. Because actually I saw a video and this is pretty good advice actually. Advice to take. We'll probably put our favorite character moments favorite characters and moments from our stories. This is true. I think this will inspire people to kind of come up with their own stuff. This will be a part to let them know that it's better to be 80% perfect at the time and get the project finished and never finish it all. Because there is no such thing as a perfect art or manga, just learning and growing from past mistakes. Art in all forms is subjective. That's important advice. Number 2, in part 2, that's important. Might be worth saying there might be nothing wrong with wanting to see monetary gain, but just be a lot harder if that's your prime. Yep. Okay, that is. You're coming up with yeah. I'm gonna put this. Yeah. Paste. This is good advice. Thank you. Again, we're going to put this as times New Roman. We are going to put this to 15. And we're going to make this black. There we go. Yeah. But it is just more of if, hey, make sure you're using the font that is best read. Thank you, Melanie. Thank you for your advice. Actually, this is not just writing a story. This is just like my listing of going through with anyone who's on my panel. So even figuring out what is medically proven. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Thank you. I use kind of Grammarly. I will run this all through Grammarly at the end. This is just more of reviewing what we're going to talk about on the panel. Yeah. If you got anything that you might want to see in this how to self-publish panel, let me know. If you got any guests as well. Oh, hey, Milky. Welcome. By the way, guys, if you do have a guest suggestion, big or small self-published, big time names, let me know. I'll put the guest suggestion on the list because I will be sending this to Animeconuk for approval. So, yeah. This will be different for you, blah 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 blah. Thank you, the monetary one, JP. That was absolutely awesome. Thank you, Milky. How you been doing, buddy? So yeah, so like you say, so I'll put this this part. We'll let them know. Yeah, so we were going from here. So we need to rewrite this. So it might be worth saying there's nothing wrong with wanting to see monetary gain out the process, but just be a lot harder if that is your primary focus. Absolutely agree, JP. Work. Oh God, what are you working on, by the way? Are you working on a new game? Once you get the story together, try doing this all as a one shot. Yeah, so this is advice most people should do, but for me, taking care of the license window What are you talking about, Mickey? I'm not a licensed. This is a great thing about being autistic. You can rip the shit out of yourself. Do you know other self-published manga? I do know a couple. A lot of them are online, but if you want to put some suggestions, manga, feel free to, and just put what they do and their socials, and we can forward it over. Like manga, you can even suggest big names if you want to see a big name on my table. So because I really want to actually get this to them and go, look, I've got a list here that people want to see. So we want a mixed bag. So nothing wrong with doing gaining money out of the process, but if it's your primary focus. By the way, I missed you, Manga, etc. Nice seeing you around. I hope you're doing well as well, mate. No. I hope you're doing well, Milky. Once you get your story together, try doing a one-shot, about 30 pages. That's all you need. It's not, you don't need to, but it's a great advice to take. We'll probably discuss our favorite characters and moments from our stories. I think this would be great. It would inspire people to go, look, you know, we're going to talk about our books a little bit as well. You know, we want to hear you we want you to know this is what we enjoy from our stuff. As an example, this will be the part to let them know it's better to be 80% perfect at a time and get the project finished and never finish at all. This is very important advice. Because there is no such thing as a perfect art or manga, just learning and growing from past mistakes. Art in all forms is subjective. This is important. Art is subjective. You're never going to make the perfect manga because not everyone's taste is subjective. And even then, you can always improve. So this is why I put this in there. So people can't pressure themselves into being super perfect fucking artists, because you will never fucking finish otherwise. Oh, it's Joe, by the way, Manga. He's the one that kicked me up the arse with some art tips. From very old streams long ago. Okay, what do you need after finishing once you have a one-shot / volume? Just realized to add something. If you need funding to self-publish, do a Kickstarter. Do a Kickstarter or other fundraising sites. There we go. There we go. That's all I needed to do, because obviously I've just realized funding would be important. My brain just went, hold on, this is important. Hopey derp. What do you need to do after finishing? Now, this is the stuff you need to get together. So when we're talking about before, this is something that is going to be very universal. So this is stuff there are some musts in here. When you are talking about self-publishing online or physically doing from IBSN numbers to copyright protection, looking up your local gov website for laws that 0.4 0.4. It's fine. Well, like I say, I'm trying to think 0.4. Oh, you're talking about experience with self-publishing. Yeah, well, just give me the correct spelling and I'll correct it. But I will be putting this full through to Grammarly in the end. I think he means experience. Yay, thank you. I'm going to copy that. Thank you very much. I can fix it in post. Thank you. Thank you. I'll send it all over to you then. But yeah, but what we need. So this is like the definite things you need. This is where we'll be talking about self-publish online and physically. You do need IBSN numbers to copyright and from IBSN numbers to copyright protection. Looking up local gov law websites for laws. Yeah, I'm a little high right now, so that's fine. Don't worry, Milky. Looking up local gov website for laws. That is important. Do not go by hearsay. Do not go by YouTube. Go by your government website, because trust me on this, laws change. misinformation gets spread. This is what you need to do. Also, it's important to get your works proofread by a friend, family who can spell really well, or if you have money, hire one. That's important as well. Proofreading is important. Though you're never going to get perfect, and I'm going to mention a story where my father-in-law is a grammar Nazi and he missed London as London. Not kidding you, and I got wrecked for that. I think it was like until the third book came out, that meme with me with London died out. Not kidding you. I got mocked for that one for ages, and it's good to laugh with it because everyone's going to make fucking mistakes. We're only human. Also use a higher one. Also use Grammarly. I am going to say that Grammarly is the most dyslexic friendly spell checker I know. And the only reason I know this is because Microsoft Word sucks balls as a spell checker. I'm just saying. Not dyslexic friendly. Also, come up with your own cover, front, side, and back. This will sell your work and make sure you are happy with it before going into publishing / self-publishing. Again, this does not need to be perfect, but it does need to amaze your target readers. Shut up, Manga. And the meme comes back. Well, to be honest, the way us Londoners talk anyways, let's be honest, it might as well be London. That's from London, mate, innit? Have a good synopsis as well at the back of your manga to sell your works. This also helps. If you need funding to self-publish, do a Kickstarter or other fundraising sites. This is important as well, because you do need funding if you do want to self-publish physically. I am going to put brackets. However, there are free ways to self-publish online. Webtoon or Amazon self-publishing. There are free ways. Because I just remembered this straight off the top of my head. I went, there are free ways because Amazon self-publishing is free and you can do physical copies on there, but the only trade-off is you can't do backwards, which is really fucking annoying. However, Mixam is slowly but surely adding to their catalog pay to print. And that is going to be a fucking game changer. And this is why I'm also recommending Mixam, because trust me, when they come up with the manga format, you're going to be fucking laughing. And they do print backwards already. They just need to do it for the other bit. But yeah, for just the manga format, as in the book size and the amount of pages. Once they've done that, you guys are going to be fucking laughing. Trust me. Experience with self-publishing versus being published. Now, this is why we want some published names, because it would be great to share our experiences. This is where we talk about our experiences with part of the process from everything together, where we give advice who to self-publish with, to self-publish / publish with. I'm going to use Mixam as a great example because they are cheap, good quality, and have awesome customer service, and mostly worldwide. I know they are mostly worldwide. I might ask. I might try and ask Cliff if they can get Mixam in, because they are awesome and I think they'd be great for a lot of people. They are very cheap and they are very good quality. I hope we have hope to have published authors to take their side of doing things with companies to talk about the pros and cons. same here. We'll be talking about pros and cons about being self-published. So, on both sides. There we go. Important. If you are going to have a contract with a company, this is super important, people. So if you are reading this, keep this in mind if you are a mangaka to be. Get a lawyer to look into it. Make sure you have a great amount of copyright, royalties, or creative control. Yes, lawyers are expensive, but they are fucking worth it. Okay? If you got a lawyer friend, or you got a lawyer friend online that you know has the qualifications for realsies, get them to look at it. Seriously, this will save you from a lot of problems in the long run. Trust me. You will need at least 51%. This is a fact. You need 51% on copyright and creative control. This will mean you have most of the power, which means you can tell the company to bugger off. Mostly. But do it in a polite way. Do it in a professional way, people. Because independent creatives have more power than ever. So whatever you do, it is okay to walk away from a bad deal. If I've learned anything from the Nijisaji incident, walk away from a bad deal, because trust me, 9 times out of 10, the deal with the devil ain't worth it, even if it's temporary gain. But yeah, that is important advice. But like I say, guys, if you got advice that you think I should put in there, let me know. Because then it'd be great for everyone else and be like, look, we've had chatters. Hello, it's Dramatic Bunny from Discord. I finally downloaded this and be able to watch the stream for once. Hey, Bunny, how you been doing? I hope you're doing well. Love your username, by the way. I'm sure you're going to be changing that in the future. But yeah, we're doing this is not a script per se, but this is like points we need to talk about during the panel that I'm doing for Animecon. So yeah. Okay, so getting your works out there. Now, this is the big part. This is the part where you're going to need to know a lot of things. We'll be talking about how you get your works out there, trading tips and advice, and not just social media, but offline as well. I'll be doing amazing. I'm definitely not changing my username in the future. Mad Hatter for life. Fair enough. Fair enough. Do not blame you one bit. Advice I will give is to make sure your manga is published on both online and physical, and get your works in local stores as soon as possible. Example, my manga is on Amazon Kindle and Google Play, and you can get where you can and Ko-fi website is where physical copies is for physical copies to buy local stores like Movie Shack, Bexley Heath. This is just for me, then I can give them Bexley Heath for offline. There you go. So that's just me using their store as an example. All right, this is important. Be transparent with your fans, because they can tell when you're lying. This is important. Do not lie about your books. Do not give false promises. Do not be Peter Montague with Fable. Look at you, Peter Montague with Fable 3. Be transparent with your fans. Be honest with them. Because trust me, once they sense the bullshit, this is where you start losing people. This is very, very true, and make sure you do not. This is a big no-no. Do not lie to your fans. Anyways, also when you're, like if there's personal reasons, obviously just say personal reasons and not allowed to talk about. But if there is like stuff like problems, let them know, because honesty is the best policy. And if you fucked up, let them know. Like the London incident, I admit that, and I use that as one of my jokes about myself to this day. Even though the meme has died off, I always take the piss out of myself for it. And like Manga Cetera will not let me forget either. Also, when your works are online, be ready. So social media and try to engage with your fans. This is something I'm guilty of. I should be doing this more often. You're so real for that. Yeah. But it is true, because a lot of people get put off your works if you're bullshitting. Like, if you bullshit about your own works, seriously, people will not be engaging with you. like I've seen this happen many a time, and it's a story as old as time when someone gets a bit too cocky for their own good. Literally. Yeah, exactly. This is why I cut my hands. Like, even you're a big company, do not bullshit your fans. They can tell. They will get pissed off at you. Look at Blizzard. Look at Niji Sanji, what they've been doing right now. They're not admitting their fuck ups. They are just doing one L after the other. Oh, God. Yeah. And if you fuck up, apologize and try and be better. Like, you're not going to be perfect 100% of the time. You will fuck up along the way. Just be ready to learn and move on and say you're sorry. Oh, sorry. But yeah. Also, do art streams in general and connect with your future fans. This I recommend. Streaming art. Trust me, builds up your fan base like no tomorrow. This is a good thing. This is a good thing to do. Anyways, be creative with your ads. There are a lot of free ways of getting your works out there. Getting reviews included. Do not expect to grow a lot in no time. As the saying goes, Rome ain't built in a day. Yeah. So once you're published, once you get your works out there, do not expect to get famous in a click of a finger. It has taken me this long to get this amount of fans. I am a very, very tiny guy still, but my name is getting out there, and that is the most important part. Rome ain't built in a day. And this will lead into another point. When you do conventions, make sure you are confident with your potential buyers. Get chatty with them. Get them to take a little read of your books to show confidence in your work. This is important. Do not sit there and tappy tap on your phone. People will not, they will know you are not bothered and will not engage with you. You must engage them. You must. Don't steal people from other tables. Just get them over to your table. Just say, hey, would you like a little read, love? And get them to read a couple of chapters and then give them a sales pitch. And then that's it. And if they do not want to buy, just say, have a wonderful day and I hope to see you later. Because doing that, instead of getting arsy with the people, if they're not going to buy your book, they could come back and buy it. So never get arsy. Unless they're being a jerk, then you can get arsy. That's the only time you can get arsy, is if they're being a jerk to you, then all bets are off at that point. Q&A. This is obviously, it's self-explanatory. This is where people ask their questions to any of us, and we answer them. That's it. Simple as. Okay. This is the last advice that we do, and I want to end this on a cheesy note. So yeah, one day I'm going to be able to buy some books from the series that you make, and it's going to be amazing. Hey, I'm sorry this seems random for such a low. It's fine, Hatter. Seriously, I'm honored that you want to buy them, so it is fine. Do not worry. If you are from outside the UK, just be aware it is expensive. So because postage in Britain right now is bullshit. I'm not gonna lie. That's why I charge so much for postage, because Britain right now is bullshit for international posting. I'll admit, my country's shit. Yeah, exactly. You're laughing because if Hatter's in Britain as well, Hatter knows how bullshit pricing for international posting is right now. So I would say if you want to, just get the ebooks on Amazon or Google Play, because it's the same story, just digital. You could just get them a digital format, and plus you don't clutter your room. So I always try to recommend my international buyers to do that first, and then if they want to get the physical copies later and they're willing to splurge a bit more, then they can. So up to them, but always try to look out for their wallet. But if they want to splurge later, then, you know, I did my best. I'm in the UK also. E-manga, etc. He knows why I'm laughing because I'm sitting just like, you motherfucker. The Dartford in the outer rims of London. Thank God you're UK then. That is a thank God Mad Hatter. Okay, number 7, last and not least, love what you do. We talked about how important it is to love your work and to love doing cons and making new fans and promoting your works. Tell them fun and funny stories, like mistakes we made, etc. But also, it is important not to burn yourself out and be kind to yourself. Take your time and have fun. And most important of all, and everyone will say, tell your story and have fun. And I think ending it on that note is the way to go. I think stuff like that. But yeah, it's I think right now, guys, this is where you can come in. This is where we can have a little fun, because it took us 2 hours to do all this, which is absolutely brilliant, by the way, guys. I'm so glad I did this today. Okay, tell me, everyone, if you can have, now this could be other self-publishers, this could be a friend of yours who self-published manga, long as they've self-published at least one book, one manga, one manga comic, or if they are published with a company as a manga, or anything else, suggest. We want big names and little names alike. So, go on, guys. Tap away and tell me what guests you want to see. Manga, I think you may have a few in mind. If you, I guess, in like big names. I do have a few friends. Actually, there is a few people that I am thinking of right now, and I'm going to put them on the list personally, because I believe I'm just going to go on Instagram. So Instagram, perfect. Yeah. I always sound like simple, idiot. I want maybe mix and print, because maybe they can talk some things through with us. There we go. If we do mix and print, possible sponsor? Question mark. Because I think there will be a great sponsor for this panel. But yeah. So also as a possible guest, there is I'm gonna look for somebody. So this is someone from Australia, Midnight X Cross, who does Having Faith. Yeah, there we go. I'm just gonna copy this. She is from Australia, however, but there we go. Yeah. Midnight X Cross, because I know they have a manga. Definitely have a manga on their side. Definitely don't know any of two, but they'll be in the US. That's fine, JP, they are looking for guests. They might want to bring them in. Like, Midnight X Cross is from Australia, I believe. So I'm just going with people I know. Actually, I do know another one. I'm hopefully Legend. Leg. End of. Hold on. G. Think I could spell it right. Maybe if I put Sarah. Is it Sarah Rawlings? Was it Sarah? Ah, guys, Sarah Charles. That's the one. I'm actually gonna just copy because it might be a great idea for her to be on. So, oh, hello. Thank you for the follow, Patter. You are awesome. I remember one time I tried to make it into a comic, but I was doing it all traditionally and gave up after the 4th page. Lamau. It's like I say, best advice I can give, take your time. Sarah Charles, I know, is a self-published mangaka. And it's just like... there we go. And then we can just go 15. Awesome. Okay, so like I say, I am going to put them two as my top candidates. I think actually I know another brilliant guest, Bo. Guys, if you want big names, and I mean, I'm talking about huge names. If you want like all from My Hero Academia or whatever, let me know. Because we want to mix bag. Like I say, we really want to mix bag in this. So, let's see if we got Bo. There we go. So Bo Lengthy Manga. He is another one that he's had his own book published. And I think he would be a great addition to the panel. So there we go. And there we go. And just delete. Just hold on. There we go. And then just sort of 15. And then just sort of boop. And then just sort of there we go. Right. Just do this all black as well. There we go. Right. There we go, guys. Right. Okay, I think I've got my suggestions down for now. There you go. Yeah, Sarah Charles, Boeki month manga. Guys, seriously, do not be shy. Like anyone across the world doesn't have to be British. Just let us know, because if Animeconuk can find a way to get them in, they will, and trust me, they will. Yeah, they are the few people I know in my community that have this. I remember, but yeah, but like I say, any big names as well, let us know. They do say it is a lot harder, but you know, guys, the world's your oyster. Let us know, because or comment on the video that would actually come. But yeah, I have suggested a couple people myself, but like I say, we do want you guys to actually have a say in this. And Animeconuk is watching this stream. They are watching my videos and stuff like that. So they are paying attention. If you think like you want their attention more to get a certain person in, just at them on my thing. They will not mind. I asked them. They said they're more than happy to do it. So, which is fucking awesome, by the way. Here we go. That's the one that does One Piece. Is it Oda? I am thinking Oda, aren't I? Or is that like a different one? And what did he? Let's just look up the name. It'd be better if I just do my goddamn research. Yeah, he did One Piece. Thought so. It would be cool if we have got Oda. Could you imagine if Oda came to the panel? That would be fucking awesome. Just obviously time to do Roman. Just give me 1 second, guys. We've got like a few minutes before stream ends, and we just need to do it. Awesome, guys. How cool is this? So we got picture out Oda. Oh, I've got my wrong earphones on. Oops. There we go. There we go. Look at that. Awesome. We've got a big name now. There we go. I remember one time trying to make it. Oh, no, just wrong bit. There we go. You should know that the fact you had to double check that. Tut tut, Raven. I recognised Oda. I just didn't recognise the first part of the name, and I wanted to double check because I felt like I was being an idiot otherwise. Look, guys, I'm a bucker, and I know I'm a bucker. All right, I'm a bucker. Bucker. Anyways, hey, at least I admit I'm a bucker. Let's have a look. Also, I need the copy. Like I say, they say it is harder, but it's not impossible. So I hate this when they does this. Okay, there we go. And we are going to look up what... I just want to look up the title so I can actually copy and paste it. There we go. Oh, some good... Hold on. Really? Okay, I didn't know that. Sorry, I just noticed something. A Japanese manga artist who's an author of Similar Days. Oh, I want to check that out because I've always wanted to check that manga out. Actually, sorry, I was reading that. I was like, oh yeah, you're so fun to watch, and I love how you actually interact with your viewers, unlike most streamers. I should have downloaded it. Said, hey, it's fine. I try my best. Sometimes I am in focus mode, but you know, I try my best. Rarely I'm in like sort of like focus mode, but usually that's if I'm like on an art piece that my brain has to go. Normally I tell you people as well. It's like just give me. I say like just give me 2 minutes to focus. I'll be fine. Awesome. Okay, cool. Do you know what, guys? Who do you want me to raid? I'm going to give you guys on Twitch side, just tell me, who do you want me to raid? This has been a really fun stream, by the way. And it was really nice that instead of me just like grinding on the art, Raven isn't fun, he's boring. Of course I am manga. I'm such a lame person. I'm so boring, am I? I just drink tea and I just stare at you into your soul to indoctrinate you in tea cult. No, joking. Indoctrination? What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm a good boy. I'll never do something like that. I'm not part of a tea cult or anything. Shifty eyes. Shifty eyes looking left and right. Who am I going to indoctrinate next? You're never going to know. You're never going to know. Who am I going to indoctrinate? Let's see who's on. Let's see who we can raid. I'm totally not part of the key cult. Of course, Hatter. Of course you're not. Of course you're not. Of course, you're a good little Hatter. You're not going to steal people's tea. Totally not. Who do we raid? Do you know what? Definitely not. Yeah, definitely not. We're good boys. Oh, Gumpy's on. We should raid Gumpy. I haven't raided Gumpy in a long time. Right. Guys. what the raid message today is going to be, this is going to be a fun one. We are here to steal your mushroom tea. Again, we are here to steal your mushroom flavored tea. Anyways, guys, thank you for coming on. Thank you for watching. This is James the Vamp the Lost Soul. The truth is more than it seems. I'll see you later. Bye. We're here to steal some mushroom tea.